And we are back for the second half of this expedition tournament, and after 3 events, the distance drag, the Royal Blues are ahead by 1 point over the Black Holes, with a bit of a gap back to Team Cameo, but every team down to the Ash Risers have got a medal on the board, so they can all score very well in this. It's a very even playing field with just 3 events to go. Garatrax head-to-head will start us off today.
So in Heat 1, Bone Rattlers and the Flashfire, and in the Gravitrax head-to-head, you want your first 3 marbles ahead of the other 3 from the other team to get across the line. Flashfires have all 4 up there with just Bone Rattler, one Bone Rattler ahead, and they get swarmed a bit, but I think the Flashfires have this easily in the bag. One Bone Rattler getting stuck, and the Flashfire.
That was pretty wrapped up from the get-go with the Flashfires. Let's see how this race transpired. So very quickly, you see Flashfires take that middle line. Down the middle, that gets them all ahead of most of the Bone Rattlers, and then they keep that line going, trying to maybe swarm that first Bone Rattler, even though they don't need to. They have the win in the bag by this point, pretty much. They do have 1 DNF, but by that point it is already far too late for the Bone Rattlers to catch up. Flashfires nearly by a full second ahead of the Bone Rattlers, on to semi-finals.
Now, Sky Dragons and the Breakfast Burritos in the second heat. We have 1 of each, and 2 Breakfast Burritos now getting out in front, but 3 of the Sky Dragons now in the top 5. I think they'll be able to take this one, will they?
And we'll have to see, and oh no, there it is. If one gets stuck, that we saw Marbles get stuck in the last race, but didn't really have too much of an effect. That was a huge effect on the race for the Sky Dragons. The Breakfast Burritos pretty much got handed advancement there. The Sky Dragon, let's see what happens. So they have the 3 out in front. They're looking all good by this point in the race, but I think that first leading marble makes a critical mistake and ends up swerving into that obstacle on the far right. Yeah, there you see. Oh, that is just killer for the Sky Dragons. Breakfast Burritos advance by only half a second, but still, Sky Dragons kicking themselves after that one.
Now, Team Cameo and the Black Holes trying not to replicate that same mistake. Team Cameo has 2 out in front. Now the Black Holes have 2. This is a very close heat so far. Black Holes trying to get advancement here, but then they get one stuck, and Team Cameo will once again be handed advancement by that DNF.
Oh dear, Black Holes. It wasn't their leading marble that did that this time, but from what I saw, that may have been some lack of teamwork there. They may have pushed each other into the spots of getting stuck. You almost saw it up there in the top left of the screen, nearly pushed their teammates into getting stuck for the first time, but it happened again down here. One of them cruises across the line. There you see the bumps, gets them back. Stuck. Team Cameo will move on easily there with just 1 heat left to go with Royal Blues and the Ash Risers.
So many marbles getting stuck down to the end of the course where speeds are increased. Really need to avoid them if you want to advance. Ash Risers have 3 out in front. Royal Blues, though, are very close. I think this could go either way. Who will win across the line? Ash Risers, I think it was.
Yeah, from what I saw, Ash Risers, they pretty much were ahead for most of the way, but Royal Blues, unlike the last few rounds, Royal Blues were keeping up the whole way down. No marble got stuck. All 4 from each team crossed the finish line, but the Ash Risers just fended the Royal Blues off through blocks and bumps. They kept themselves up there, and then in the last little stretch, watch right here, they won by a full second. Ash Risers swarmed the Royal Blues and get all 3 of their members, across the line before a single Royal Blue.
Royal Blues still get the best of the rest in 5th place, down to the Sky Dragons in 8th. But now we'll have the Flashfires and the Breakfast Burritos in semi-final A, and by how big of a win the Flashfires got in their heat, they must be a favorite to take this one.
Breakfast Burritos, of course, practically handed advancement, so Flashfires are absolutely the favorite. They've got all 3 of theirs ahead of just the first Breakfast Burrito marble, and that's how it finishes. What? That was pretty much over from the get-go with the Flashfires there. They absolutely dominated the Breakfast Burritos with absolutely no sweats whatsoever.
Look, in like the first few seconds, 3 of the Flashfires just get out in front, and the Breakfast Burritos are already playing catch-up, and they just keep extending the margin to the Flashfires to the Breakfast Burritos. That one leading Breakfast Burrito gets stuck, and that makes the margin 2.035 seconds. That is the biggest margin of victory we've seen today. Now, semi-final B, Team Cameo and the Ash Risers, who will join the Flashfires in the final.
Ash Risers, they had a big win in the heats, but Team Cameo, they're going to want to keep up here. Team Cameo, currently, they had 3 of those ahead, but Ash Risers are just out in front. It's going to be very close, and again, you'll see that swarm at the end from the Ash Risers to get all 3 of their scoring marbles across before even one Team Cameo. Ash Risers like to strike late, but they were still keeping up very well there with Team Cameo to get themselves into the final.
And Team Cameo, that one DNF that really was the nail in the coffin, and it was looked like it was gonna happen there, but then another contact from two different marbles gets them 2.5 seconds off the Ash Riser's pace. That was an even huger win, and now Breakfast Fritos and Team Cameo in the third place rounds. These two teams been beaten pretty comfortably in their semi-final.
So it's going to be a rather slugfest to see who gets third place here. I saw three Breakfast Fritos in the bottom three spots. Team Cameo look very strong here. There's 1, 2, but it's actually very close toward the bottom, but Team Cameo will hold out for third place. It was a 2-2 split. It was all about that third marble right there for a split second, but those last two Breakfast Fritos were just too far behind, which hands, I think, a third bronze medal to Team Cameo for this tournament.
Look at the 4 Team Cameo marbles here. There are only 2 Breakfast Fritos that are keeping pace with them, and the other 2 back Breakfast Fritos. If you have 2 marbles in the back, that's not good for you because you need 3 across the line. But now for the final, Flash Fires and the Ash Risers. These 2 teams have won big, but only one can win in the final. Who will it be?
Flash Fires have the early lead. They've got, again, all 4 of theirs very high up there, but then the Ash Risers all throw them aside, and now they're catching up. But again, Flash Fires coming back, and there's that patented swarm that we would usually see from the Ash Risers, but this time it's from the Flash Fires against the Ash Risers. So Flash Fires, an easy gold medal here. They were the dominant force at this entire event, I would argue. Ash Risers, though, I imagine, still happy with the silver, as they are sitting in last place. That was a very important medal for them to get.
Dominant victory for the Flash Fires. Very well-deserved gold. I think they studied the Ash Risers' strategy of swarming them at the end because they replicated it against the Ash Risers. We thought we'd see that from them, but no. Flash Fires get the win over the Ash Risers, and Team Cameo with another bronze medal heading into the final 2 events.
Yeah, with just 2 events to go, you're going to see Royal Blues and Black Holes. They both got eliminated in the heats in that event, so that was a big chance for some of these teams on the podium here to catch up to those top two. We'll have to see what the standings look like, and it's 21-20-20 between Royal Blues, Team Cameo, and the Flash Fires. It is still anyone's game. Hypothetically, Bone Rattlers, who are in last place, could pass the Royal Blues in this event, and they're in first place. It is. And everyone here has a horse in this race with just 2 events to go.
Now in the downhill drag, we have the first heat, Black Holes, Breakfast Fritos, Team Cameo, and Bone Rattlers. You know that this one is a very quick one. Black Holes get out in front. Team Cameo and the Bone Rattlers will get the advancement over Team Cameo.
Oh dear, you saw over there on the far left, the Breakfast Fritos just could not even finish the course. They rubbed up against that very far wall. I don't even know how they got that far over out of line, but Breakfast Fritos, they did a big DNF on there. No difference in time. Breakfast Fritos will not advance, and after that 4th place, they're going to be in trouble. Now we move on to heat number 2. Ash Risers, Flash Fires, Royal Blues, and the Sky Dragons, and they're off.
And Royal Blues out in front. They will narrowly get the win over the Sky Dragons and the Flash Fires, but it was actually very close in the middle part. Then here's where the Royal Blues extend that margin. Ash Risers in the back, they were keeping pace, but not enough, so they will get 4th place. Look at this battle for 2nd place.
Oh, that is very close. I could not tell at all. We're going to have to see the photo, and to be honest, I still can't tell who it is. The timing and scoring have said that the Flash Fires will move on by 4 thousandths of a second over the Sky Dragons. Onto the final again of the Flash Fires. Could they make it 2 golds in a row? But Royal Blues and Black Holes are both there as well. It's going to be a very close final.
All of the top teams almost in this, but it's going to be the Royal Blues and the Flash Fires. Royal Blues draw right just slightly, and that gives the win to the Flash Fires. Heading straight and heading quick to the finish line, the Flash Fires have gotten 2 wins in a row.
Oh, but you see the Royal Blues, as I mentioned, that drift to the right was not only killer in losing the win, it could have been killer to losing 2nd place as well. The Bone Rattlers made a straight charge for 2nd place. That's going to be very close across the line. Oh, I have no idea who got that one at all. That was an absolutely miraculous charge by the Bone Rattlers. We'll have to see if it was enough. And it wasn't! By 1,000th of a second, Bone Rattlers are condemned to a bronze medal, but Royal Blues, wiping sweat off their brow after that one. That was as close as it could have possibly been for 2nd place.
And now, with the Flash Fires, Royal Blues, and Bone Rattlers in that order getting the podium, the Royal Blues still hold a lead, I think, with this silver medal. They were at the top, and through very flashy performances, they have actually dropped. They are in second place, but just 1 point behind the Flash Fires. So it looks like it's going to be between these two, but also Black Holes and Team Cameo still have a chance to win. In the final, the Team Funnel Descent, which we saw crown the champion of Tour de Endurance Season 2, this will crown of the Expedition pre-show.
So 4 teams still alive. Only one of those 4 is in this first heat. The Black Holes there. They'll have to advance to have any chance of winning this tournament, and have to hope that Flash Fires and Royal Blues both fail to advance. That's how far behind they are. They have to have those 2 fail, otherwise Black Holes are not going to be able to win. Same thing with Team Cameo. So this is a very important heat, as is the next one, of course. But Black Holes individually, they have the lead, but that's going to have to. It's going to be more of a team effort if they're going to have a bigger chance of advancing in this first heat.
So Black Holes, I think they'll get the highest marble. They have the only marble here not in the orange funnels. We see a few bone rattlers in that top orange funnel, but also one all the way down in the bottom. They're joined by a Breakfast Rito, and there's a couple more Breakfast Ritos in that third funnel, but it's looking like very close. I think Black Holes are in a pretty good position so far.
Black Holes are in a very good position. They have several of their marbles up towards the top 5. Now it's down to just 2 in the top 5. But the Bone Rattlers, they were all very close together. Now they're all very spread out. Now we're starting to see those fall into the greens. A Bone Rattler, a Sky Dragon, and in fact, one of every team has just jumped into the green funnel. So it is a very close match still. It is anyone's game in this first heat. Black Holes need to start picking up the pace if they're going to have high hopes of advancing to the final.
There's at least like multiple of every team in the green funnel. We have a Black Hole, a Bone Rattler, and a Sky Dragon all the way down in the bottom funnel. No Breakfast Ritos, but a lot of them in the upper green. Black Hole, the only one in the orange, trying to get as much of a margin and try to win this race. That last Black Hole has a very good angle of attack. But what about the rest? Look at this slugfest in the bottom green funnel. Who's going to drop on through first?
Oh, it'll be a Sky Dragon, followed by the first of the Bone Rattlers, who are all very close to death. You see, Breakfast Ritos had one slip off the track. I don't know how that happened. I'll have to go have a look at the replays, but we got 2 Sky Dragons across. That's the first Black Hole to finish. There's the second one, immediately followed. These last 2 are going to have to pull through. It's a slew of marbles coming through in the next spots. There are 2 Black Holes, 2 Breakfast Ritos, and a Sky Dragon and a Bone Rattler. So it's a close battle, but these Black Holes are going to have to hold out as long as they can to advance. We'll see how it ends.
So those Black Holes, I think they're going to beat some of these marbles. Breakfast Rito falls on through. Then it's a Sky Dragon. And then another Breakfast Rito. And can the 2 Black Holes get top 2? They do. The 2 Black Holes will get first and second in this heat. And I think they've done enough to advance. They have done enough. And they've done what they need to do. But now they need to hope the other teams in the other heat also play into their favor.
Now it's important because both the Royal Blues and the Flash Fires, teams that the Black Holes need to fail to advance, are in that next heat. So this next heat is going to be an absolute brawl, considering Team Cameo is also in that heat. They see Black Holes, Holmberg and Meteorite, top 2, the other 2 competitors further down, but it should still be enough. That's 31 points just with those 2 marbles, so they should get a strong result to advance to the final here. There's, you see what happens to Breakfast Ritos. They topple off the foundation of the track. If you get too out of sorts in the first green funnel, that can happen. That is a danger. And there you see Black Holes 44 and 34 Bone Rattlers will advance with them. I feel like that's a bit of a surprise.
Indeed it is. Now, Heat 2. Team Cameo, Flash Fires, Royal Blues, and the Ash Risers. We have Royal Blues and the Flash Fires. If one of them advances and the other doesn't, it is over, and we have crowned a champion. Also, Team Cameo, if they advance and the other 2 don't, they could steal it from everyone. So it's like Royal Blues and Team Cameo are going to be the first 2 up in the tallest funnel. But it's a team effort. You want all of your marbles to do well here.
Currently, I see 3 Royal Blues are in the oranges already, compared to just 1 still in the translucent. But based off that angle attack, they should be in first place. They just need those team efforts down below to start piling up. Team Cameo are looking pretty strong, more consistent. Ash Risers are starting to make a bit of a rise as well. So Royal Blues and Flash Fires, the 2 big important ones, especially the Flash Fires, are going to have some work to do as they start to cross that bridge.
Yeah, the Flash Fires have like 3, almost all of them, crossing the bridge already, while we have multiple of most of the other teams still up there in the top orange funnels. We have 1 entrant into the green funnel, and then another 2 Flash Fires now, 3 Flash Fires, all in the green funnel. They really need to do some work, but they don't have a good angle of attack, and it looks like they're going to drop on through into the last green funnel. We have 1 Royal Blue there, also terrible angle of attack. They are the first entrant into the last green funnel.
This is not good for the Royal Blues or the Flash Fires. They're going to need a monumental effort in these final two green funnels, which can easily be done. These green funnels are an absolute madhouse in most cases. So Flash Fires there, they still have not had one fall into the green at this point, whereas there's two Royal Blues and two Ash Risers. Team Cameo keeping it up from the early stages, but now Royal Blues, they have two up there in the top green now, starting to bring it back. But Flash Fires, I wasn't paying attention. They finish across the line in first place and are condemned to just 1 point.
The Flash Fires, they were doing well of staying in the top green funnel until now when we have two still left in the bottom. Meanwhile, one Royal Blue ahead of everyone else, but we're going to have to see if they have enough consistency to get by. Ash Risers still have 3, now just 2, but the Ash Risers also in a good position. What about Team Cameo? They also have 2. This is going to be close. Royal Blues, though, with 2 still spinning. This might do well for them if they can just stay on.
Yeah, they got the Ash Risers are gone. Team Cameo lose 1, but they will individually win the race. So Royal Blues get 2 and 3 overall, with Team Cameo's 1-4. I think Team Cameo were more consistent. So between those two of each, they will tie. So Team Cameo would win based off the other marbles. But between Royal Blues and the Ash Risers, it's going to be very close. Flash Fires, I think, are completely ruined. They absolutely cooked that race. It just went horribly wrong after they started to slip into that second green funnel. Yeah, there you see 16th, 15th, and then not great results from the other two either.
So I think the Flash Fires are done. If the Royal Blues advance, they will be the winners of this tournament. If they don't, Team Cameo and Black Hole still have a chance. All eyes on what the Royal Blues did. Did they do enough to advance?
Tension rising. We just got one more little thing to look at. There you see the Ash Risers crawling around, and it is a tie between Royal Blues and the Ash Risers. It is a dead tie, but due to that second place compared to Ash Risers' high of 5th, the Royal Blues will move on to the final and win this Tour de Endurance pre-show for Season 3.
Well done to the Royal Blues. Made it happen in the funnel events when it mattered, and that pays dividends for them. 2 out of 6 of the events are funnel events. So the Royal Blues mastering the funnels, they will win the Expedition pre-show. But can they get a gold to end it? The Royal Blues, they have 3 in the top funnel spinning, with the Black Holes, Team Cameo, even the Bone Rattlers still wanting to end on a good note.
Now, after that shambolic run from the Flash Fires we just saw in Heat 2, Team Cameo and the Black Holes, if they score high enough, they could both bump the Flash Fires completely off the podium to finish in 2nd and 3rd, but they'd have to both score in pretty much 1st and 2nd place for that. And Royal Blues have top 2 in the race. Several Bone Rattlers are up there as well, so the 2 teams to watch out for in terms of the championship podium aren't doing too hot right now, but there is still plenty of time, of course, to bring it back.
Don't cut out the Bone Rattlers. They have been pretty quiet throughout this tournament. They do want to end, and they can end on a very good note. But they also, I think, need some work to do. We have two Royal Blues in the top orange funnel, and they are spinning in tandem, not getting each other's way that much, while the Bone Rattlers and Team Cameo are more spread out. 2 Black Holes now in the first green funnel.
There's a big trio of Bone Rattlers up there. They're doing very well in terms of consistency, so that trio of Bone Rattlers is going to bring them back some good points. But as I say that, they start to tumble through the funnels. One of them is into the green, immediately followed by what's going to be another one who just gets pushed on through by every other team there. 1 Black Hole is in the green funnel. We're just looking to see now who's going to get condemned to just 1 point. But that Black Hole is pushing themselves away with bumps from Team Cameo. But the Black Holes, individually though, they have the lead, so very inconsistent. They got to start pulling it back with just 1 green funnel left to do it.
Looks like 3 Team Cameo, actually all of them down in the last green funnel, but no one has dropped on through into the catch basin yet. 3 Royal Blues, well, 2 Black Holes in the top, now just 1, but the Black Holes still look pretty good. We have a lot of entrants down into the catch basin now. Who will get the win in this final event?
There are still 3 Black Holes left. There are 3 Black Holes, 2 Royal Blues, only 1 Team Cameo. Team Cameo, you may have noticed, also finished in last place, so they're going to be condemned to just 1 point, compared to how these other ones finished left to see. And it looks like who's going to fall through out of this group. They're all refusing to go, and it's finally a Royal Blues member, but the Black Holes, they got 5th, 4th, and 3rd. They don't get the top spots. The Royal Blues individually win, but from consistency, I think Black Holes will win this last gold, and as a result, should jump into 2nd place in the overall podium.
But it is the team that got 2nd in this final event that will be getting the spoils. Royal Blues, take a bow. They had a pretty Secretariat-esque victory in this tournament. They got the win individually in the final event. It's not enough to get the win as a team, but it is enough to stamp their name in 1st place overall. Black Holes did well to get the final gold despite an inconsistent campaign, they should make second place, and Bone Rattlers will also end on a pretty good note.
Don't forget Team Cameo. I think based off what I saw, Team Cameo will miss the podium. And yeah, there you see Bone Rattlers 30 points to Team Cameo's 27. So there's your final podium, with Black Holes taking the win by a strong 13 points. So fantastic end for them. Royal Blues, of course, winning the tournament pretty substantially there. And Bone Rattlers close it out with a third. Team Cameo, though, they will not usurp the Flash Fires. So Flash Fires will finish in third, compared to Black Holes in second, and Royal Blues will finish in first place.